We all love the idea of growth. We just tend to prefer it as a spectator sport, ideally viewed from a reclining chair with a snack. The internet is practically wallpapered with serene landscapes, mountain peaks kissed by morning light, and the profound little graphics telling us to reach for the summit. They never show the part where you pull a hamstring tying your hiking boots, or realize you forgot the bug spray while the mosquitoes treat you like an open all-night diner. We are culturally obsessed with the summit, the trophy, the title, the finished project, the moment we finally figure out what we're doing with our lives, which, if my trajectory is any indication, happens right around retirement. But as it turns out, arriving is vastly overrated. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort of the destination. It is forged entirely in the grit of the climb. Let's be honest about destinations for a second. What do we actually do when we reach one? We take a picture, post it online, breathe a sigh of relief, and then immediately look around and wonder where the snack bar is. The summit is cold, windy, and remarkably devoid of actual things to do once you've stopped hyperventilating. If personal growth happened at the top, we'd all turn into enlightened gurus the second we cross the finish line. Instead, we usually just get stiff joints and a vague sense of imposter syndrome. Real transformation happens down in the dirt, where the things are messy, awkward, and profoundly unglamorous. I learned this recently while staring at a modest sloping hill that looked entirely manageable on a map, but in practice, decided to test every poor life choice I'd made since 2012. There I was, huffing like an overworked lawnmower, questioning my entire physical constitution, wondering why I thought this was a good idea. In that exact moment of maximum regret, sweaty, red-faced, and muttering apologies to my knees, I wasn't thinking about the majestic view from the top. I was thinking about how to put one foot in front of the other without face planting into the shale. That is the grit. It's not poetic. When you're in it, it feels a lot like stubbornness mixed with mild panic. We spend so much energy trying to engineer a life free of friction. We want the frictionless career, the effortless routine, the shortcut that bypasses the awkward phase where you're bad at everything you try. But friction is the whole point. Muscles don't tear and rebuild while you're resting on the couch. They break down under resistance so they can handle the next load. Character doesn't form when everything is going according to plan, mostly because plans are delightful little fairy tales we tell ourselves before reality kicks in that door. Character gets built when the plan goes sideways. The coffee spills on white shirts, the project completely tanks, and you have to roll up your sleeves, laugh at your own monumental ineptitude, and figure it out anyway. So if you're currently stuck in a messy middle, sweating through a project that feels too big, stumbling over a new skill that makes you feel like a toddler with keyboard access, or just trying to survive a Tuesday, take heart. You aren't failing because it's hard. You're growing precisely because it's hard. The destination is just a place to catch your breath. The climb is where you actually become someone worth being. And honestly, that's a good thing. Because if growth required us to stay at the summit, we'd spend our entire lives standing around in the wind, wishing we were back down in the dirt, where the real work gets done.